What's up, me? Hope you're doing well. So in this quick video, I want to go over how you can structure the start of your year to ensure success at the end. So there's not going to be a long video. I want to, quickly go over it because I have another call coming up in about like 40 minutes time or 30 minutes time. I don't want to stretch this video out. And also with these type of videos, you really don't want to waste as much time because the only thing you really need to do is to take action on what you already know you need to do. But yeah, in this video, I want to showcase how I structure the start of my year to ensure success at the end. So yeah, let's get started and not waste any time because you know how valuable time is, okay? So how to actually make 2024 the best year of your life. And every single year, people are like, this is the year, this is the one, but like, it's just another year, really. So I know it's a clean slate. It's always good to start like that, just a clean slate. New year, it's obviously awesome, but it's like there's no difference really. So yeah, you just need to take action on what you already know you need to do. So this video is just going to clear some things up, okay? So here's a quote to start off. Perhaps the single most underrated form of success is becoming exactly who you wanted to become when you were little. So like, who do you want it to be when you were young? Because like at that stage, probably like under 10 years old or 10 to 14 years old, I've read in a lot of books. That's like the best time to actually see what you want to be when when you get older. Because like there's no direct influence from society or anyone. You're just like free basically. But as you get older, there's like a lot of limitations and like people put you in a box and like you need to go in this direction. So your mind just becomes narrow and you can't expand. Okay, so that's like the best times. Like what were you interested in? What were you obsessed about when you were like 10 to 12 years old? Okay, so that's like the most underrated form of success. I actually wanted to become like Spider-Man. So like I don't know why, but it's probably because like the freedom aspect and also taking care of other people. That's probably like the underlying thing. I don't actually want to be Spider-Man. Maybe I am, I don't know. But it's just like the aspects behind the character. Also another thing is like who's your most your most favorite actor in a movie, because like it's not necessarily like that you want to be that guy, but you just want to, or woman, you want to just portray the same characteristics. Okay, so that's a good way to actually see like what was your favorite movie around that time. Okay, so just to start things off. So how to actually make 2024 your best year. So you need to start off with what. So you need to get clear and specific. Like you're not getting what you want because you don't know what you want, and you need to get super specific. Like you can't just write it down. You need to see it and you need to feel it. And the feeling aspect is actually really important as well. So I have like this self-transcendence document that I go over every single morning. And it's like exactly what I want. And I also, feel the feelings that come with the things. Because like if you constantly feel that feeling, things are going to, start attracting to you. You become like this magnet that just attracts opportunities because you know what you want and you are clear on what you want. And like an example is like when you are buying a car or when you are, searching for a specific type of car, you only see that car on the road. It's like the same road, but you only see that car. It's because you're focusing on the things you want. That's literally how it works. It's like the same world, but just because you focus on the goal and you have a clear goal, then you start to see opportunities. Okay? So like it's the same thing. It's nothing has changed. It's just you actually see it. You focus on it. Okay? So I have this document I go over exactly what my goals are, exactly the things I need to do, and I feel the emotions, and it just accelerates the process by tenfold. Okay? So here's like the 9 aspects of life that you can like focus on. So I actually watched an Ali Abdaal video, how to make 2024 your best year, something like that. It's like the same title, but anyway. So you need to focus on your mind. We don't need to. Well, obviously, you'll be watching this video. You can do whatever you want. Mind, body, soul, romance, family, friends, growth, mission, and money. So this is the health aspect, okay? This is the relationships aspect. And so these 3, health, these three is going to be the relationships, and growth, mission, and money is going to be like the wealth aspect. Okay, so just write a score of 1 to 10 of how you rate yourself on alignment with each of these ones. So like with mind and body, I'm like an 8, 7, or 8. And these are more like a 6, 7, and this is more like an 8, 9. So I need to focus on this more, and on this, and then on this one as well, but like a bit less than the others. Okay, so just so you know roughly where you need to focus on. Okay, so that's how you actually improve. Okay, so next up is the who. Okay, I have this reminder that I see every morning. Don't ask what, you need to ask who. Because like I'm at the stage where I don't necessarily want to do the work myself, because I can hire people who can do it better, and also I don't disperse my time, so I can actually focus on the things that truly matter. Okay, so you need a team, and I have the unicorn here because you need like unicorns are people like very talented people. Okay, so solopreneur is basically someone who is like one person business, and they maybe have like 1 or 2 employees. Okay, it's still classified like as a solopreneur. It's only for a select few, because like the only way to make this successful is to build a massive audience. Like that's the only way I've found with these guys like Dan Coe, Justin Walsh, I think that's his surname. It's like they have a massive audience, so they have this form of leverage. But like when you don't have the audience, like how are you going to make money? You need a team to do the things for you, and the only 4 forms of leverage is obviously code, which is like software or something like that. Media is like content, people, and then obviously capital. So like those are the only 4 forms of leverage. If you're not using these, you're gonna be broke. Okay, so you need to use at least like 4 of them if you can, but like at least 1 or 2. Okay, so I'm like using media and people. Okay, and also code, so software. So like they obviously have the media aspect nailed, so that's like their biggest form of leverage. But if you don't have that, and you don't have an audience, and it takes time to build an audience, it takes like 3 to 5 years to build a solid audience. So obviously that time's going to elapse, and you need to make, well, you don't need to, but if you obviously want to make money in that time, so you need to use the other 4 forms, or the other 3, which is like people and capital and media, or code. Okay, and then obviously I use people. So to start, you need client acquisition. So that's basically turning, to get more clients for your business. But to scale, you need talent acquisition. So you actually need a team. So talent acquisition is basically where you hire people to do things for you. Okay, and that's very important. And the only way to attract people of value is to become valuable yourself. Like that's the best form of networking. Like a lot of people, mention networking and all that, but like you need to actually become someone worthy of networking with. Okay, and the only way to do that is to focus on yourself, build your skill sets, build something valuable, build something cool that you actually want to share, and then people will reach out to you. Or when you reach out to people, they actually reciprocate with you. Okay, because you're not like some guy, and you actually have something to offer them. Okay, so that's the who. And then you have the why. Okay, so this is the biggest point of leverage. And we are living in obviously in 2024, and leverage is the name of the game. Okay, leverage is basically like this. Let's say you have a stick right here, and you have a rock. Okay, and then you can obviously lift a way bigger stick, a way bigger rock, or a way bigger obstacle, whatever. If you have like a big stick. Okay, this is such a bad explanation, but I think I'll get something for you. Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain. Okay, so how do you say this name? Archimedes quotes. Anyway, doesn't matter. Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. Okay, that's leverage. Okay, so like this is what I was trying to explain. You can move the world if you have leverage. Okay, and the longer the stick, the bigger your leverage. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so back to the slides. Okay, so this is the biggest point of leverage is your why. So he who has a why to live for, can bear almost any how. Okay, so Friedrich Nietzsche. So like I'm also gonna mention this on the next slide, but like if you have a why, the how you actually need to accomplish your goal, that will just come to you. Okay, because you have like the if you have the what, okay, if you have the what and the why, the how will just come to you. Okay, so like the plan is like the least important thing. A lot of people focus on the plan because like it's like productive procrastination basically. But like you need to have a what and then a why, or you need to have the why first. Okay, and after a certain point, the money will become useless. And obviously, most of you you don't really want to, accomplish the goal. You want to make money, and you don't really want to make money. You just want like freedom or something like that. So you need a why to continue pushing forward. Okay, it's like after a while, it's just like, okay, I have all the money now. Like what now? And you will reach that point. If you are very driven and you give yourself 5 years, you will reach that point, okay? And if you actually want it, and I obviously can't guarantee success for everyone watching this video, but like if you really want it, you can go out and get it, okay? And so after a while, you need a why to continue pushing forward. That's really important, because like otherwise you're just gonna indulge in pleasure. Like you see these actors and stuff like that, they have all the fame, all the money, everything they've ever wanted, and then they just jump off a bridge. Like that's not success, okay? So my why is to inspire the next generation of men to become strong again, aka take care of themselves and their family, okay? That's basically my why, is to inspire the next generation of men, because like for both genders, it's like pretty rough out here. So I can just talk for a man because obviously I am one. So for both genders, it's very tough. So obviously I'm going to focus on the gender that I am. So we need some women as well to stand up and actually be like a leader in the space to showcase what's possible. Okay. So next one is actually when. So you need to create urgency. This is actually a pretty weird one. So the when, okay, that's not, I don't put a lot of emphasis on this. So to start, you can't bend the laws of the universe. When the student is ready, the master will appear. Okay, like you can't say within 3 months, I am going to hit this goal, because like, why do you put like a time bound on your goals? Like you just need to set the intention and actually know you're going to hit the goal. And why does it matter when? It's like, if it's in 3 years, if it's in 5 years, if it's in 10 years, the time will still elapse. Like, it doesn't really matter when you hit it, okay? And you can't say when. You can't. You can just focus on, putting in the inputs, like focusing on creating the best inputs you can. So doing the work, putting in the hours, doing what's necessary to move the needle. And then you just have to basically let it be, because like you need to control the controllables. You can't control the outcome. Okay, you can only control the inputs. So doing your best, like let's say in a rugby match, okay, you can only play your best. That's all you can do. You can't say I'm going to win 14-0, because like you can't establish that. You can only play your best, okay? And usually when you give your best, the outcome, you will surpass your outcome, okay? So develop urgency in the short term and patience in the long term. So like, this is something I struggle with as well. Just patience in the long term and patience overall. It's like very difficult. It's like the paradox of self-improvement is like a means to an end. So that's the thing a lot of people struggle with. That's like the real, personal development, or like the real struggle of personal development is staying like present in the journey, and also, actually enjoying the journey, because that's all you really have. Like the destination will just, it's always gonna, the goalpost is always gonna move. So like the destination you'll never reach your destination. Or when you do, it's like, what's the next thing? Always. So it's difficult to, actually be present in the journey. Because especially in entrepreneurship, it's like you have to focus on the future, because that's like what you are, working towards. Like you have a goal that you set, and like that's in the future. So you're constantly in the future and in the present. But I think the best way to go about it is just to have like moments of presence during your day. You won't be present all the time, okay? That's just normal, but just moments of it. I think that's the key. So develop urgency in the short term. That's what I just mentioned. Like focus on your inputs. That's like the short term, like the 24 hours you have now. Focus on, just extracting as much value from those 24 hours, putting as much work, just doing whatever you can, and then the output will take care of themselves, okay? So don't see it as a means to an end. The journey is all you will ever have. Okay. A lot of people see like a business as a means to an end. I'm gonna make this money and then just chill on the beach. But like I can guarantee you, if you're driven, you're not gonna like chilling on the beach. Okay. So the journey and the now is all you'll ever have. Like even your goal in the future, you'll also experience that in the now. Okay. So you can set time bound goals. I do. Like by March or by December, I want to hit this goal, but I'm not like strict on it at all. I'm just saying like this is like the goalpost, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, either way, I know I'm gonna achieve it. It's just I don't know when, and that doesn't matter. Okay. So where? So mentally, physically, and spiritually, and also financially. Okay. Or yeah, some of this include, I don't have to put financially there. So it can be a physical space, like where do you actually want to be in the world, like, traveling or something like that. But I'm talking about like your internal space, like where are you in your mind? Like that's very important. So like, I don't know what's his name, but it's Harv Eker. Okay, he has a book called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It's a really good book. I'm actually rereading it again. So your inner world reflects your outer world. Like in order to change your fruits, you need to change your roots. Okay? So in order to change your outer world, you need to change your inner world. That reflects outwards. Okay? So where will you be with your internal growth? Okay? Because like everything is an external projection. Like your business is an extension of you, and you are just basically your internal monologue and what you think of yourself and your internal space. Okay, so like that's very very important, and I want you to focus on this year, because like your inner world reflects your outer world. Okay, so if you see someone's outer world, like they have this flashy lifestyle, they have this, that, whatever, they have like the successful lifestyle that most people want, it's like they put a lot of work in themselves to actually reflect that outer world. Okay, next one. So how? So this is where the actual plan comes in. I have a cool photo here from this guy. So what's the plan? Like after everything, then you create a plan. Like a lot of people focus all the effort on the plan first, but they don't know like the what, they don't know the why, they don't know anything like that. So the plan will like come accordingly. Okay. So if you have the what and the how, what if you have the what, the how will follow. Like the what is basically your goals and what you actually want to achieve tangibly, and the how will then follow. So the brain operates on a closed loop, on closed loops. So that's essentially like a cliffhanger. That's an open loop. That's why you go crazy. Like, what just happened? I need to watch the next episode, because your brain operates on closed loops. They want to, like, this is the cliffhanger. Your brain wants to close it. I don't know why. Ask a scientist. I'm not a scientist. Okay. So goal is the open loop. So this is you, and you're not complete without your goal. Okay. So like this is your mind right now, and the plan closes the loop. Okay. Or the means of getting there closes the loop. So if you have a goal, that's the what. The how will just follow, because your brain wants to close that loop. Okay. So it doesn't have to be intricate. Like it doesn't have to be like this week. It doesn't have to be like that at all. It's just like the certain things you're gonna do in order to get to your goal, like the daily inputs. That's very important actually. Like your daily tasks. I do that every single morning or every single night. I write out what I'm gonna do the next day, so I know exactly what I need to do. That will ultimately get to my goal at the end of the year. Okay, so less is more. It's like I have 4 bullet points, and then that's basically it. And then I have my calls, like the calls during the day, like the sales calls or the team calls. And then I have a other section. So I have my daily tasks, that's like 4 bullets. And then I have my calls, usually around like 3 calls a day. And then I have other, which is like what I can do during the week. And if I finish that, it's a good week. Okay. So yeah, that's basically that. And the conclusion, so I actually screenshot this last year, and it was a pretty successful year. So you can, take this screenshot, just search it on Pinterest or whatever, and you can just put that as your wallpaper or something like that. So you need to take responsibility, okay? If you really want it, this year is yours for the taking. Like most people who actually achieve what they want, they really want it. Like that's very important. Like you need to have that desire and then the intention, okay? The desire just of itself is not enough. as I mentioned in a previous video, you're going to have the desire to lift up your hand. I have the desire right now, but like if you don't intend it, if you don't have the intention, it won't happen, okay? Desire is not enough. You need to take action, and that's basically intention, okay? So intention is the resolute decision to have and act. So have is also very important. So like act is obviously action, and have is like the actually giving yourself permission to have the things. Like that's very important, because if you don't feel like you're ready, that's what I also mentioned. When the student is ready, the master will appear. When you're ready for the money, it will appear. Okay? If you're not ready for it, you will just blow it. Like lottery winners, they're not ready for the money because they're operating out of a state of lack and playing the lottery. That's like you're basically gambling. You're on such a bad frequency and such a bad level of mind. When they get the money, they lose it in 3 years. Okay, you don't rise to your aspirations. You fall to your systems, and you fall to your tolerance and what you tolerate. If you tolerate gambling and you tolerate, playing the lottery, I don't think you will get riches, okay? So no one is getting out of bed to achieve your goals for you, and no one cares but you. Like no one is getting up and being like, I want to make Andro millionaire. No one is doing that because they all have the things they're focused on, okay? So like everyone's focused on themselves, so you need to focus on yourself as well, okay? Very important. So, last quote from Robert Greene. I'm currently reading his book called Mastery. Insanely good book. I'm definitely going to reread it. And I want to read like all of his other books. So, the secret to success is retaining your childlike qualities. So, like the key to success is to remain disciplined and also have a childlike spirit. Okay, that's the key. Because like as a child, you're obviously not disciplined, but as an adult, you don't have that childlike spirit. So you need to have both. And the childlike qualities, your childlike spirit, is basically being open-minded. So think back to when you were young. Like the world, let's say 10 to 12 years old, the world was just more vibrant and bright, new opportunities. Is like, exactly what I'm talking about. That like, it's just more vibrant. The vibrancy was just increased. The world was just like open, ready to explore. That's like the childlike spirit, okay? And then you need to have discipline to actually, stick to your goals. And the childlike qualities is also, exploring. And you don't just have to be rigid in one path. That's what I don't like about like jobs, because like you're stuck in one path and you get like a 3% raise, even if you do your best job. It's like there's no room for growth, okay? And there's no room to explore, because if you jump out of the path, it's like, no, you can't do that. Back in line. I hate that. So I want to explore, do different things, and that's like the childlike qualities, and also then the discipline. I have that dialed in. So yeah, I'm a bit low energy today. If you haven't noticed, I haven't eaten in like 40 hours, which sounds very strange, but I'm doing like a fast. I know a lot of people, when they're fasting, they always talk about it, but like I'm constantly thinking about food, so I need to get it out of my system. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and see you on Thursday's video. Bye-bye.